Hello and welcome back to another spotlight, which it looks like the spotlight is more on Jill's office, but we are here with Jill Brader. Jill is the marketing manager at City Center Allentown. So again, just another partner who I live in downtown Allentown, and the work that Jill and her team are doing with some revitalization projects here in City Center Allentown, quality of life, programming for residents as well as visitors, office space. It's just some super cool stuff. Jill, you've got an amazing backdrop there. I think I commented on that before we hit record.
Thank you.
But Jill, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me. This is so exciting.
And unfortunately, my light is going in and out, but we'll just have to work with it. The spotlight's on you today, so it kind of works out.
They can't see your great apartment behind you.
That's, oh my gosh, it's so true. I should have had it all staged up. But anyway, Jill, give us an overview, if you will, of just City Center Allentown for someone who doesn't know what your organization does.
Sure. So City Center is the master developer that's revitalizing downtown Allentown. And we've been doing so since 2013. To date, we have 5 completed office towers, and in those office towers, it's a workplace to over 6,000 employees. We have 8 completed residential buildings with 4 more in planning, which Bree is one of our star residents. And our goal is to have over 1,800 residents living in downtown by 2022. So currently, as far as residential, we're leasing up Center Square Lofts, which is on the corner of 7th and Hamilton. And our whole residential portfolio as a whole is about 96% leased.
That's awesome. And I know even when I moved into town, I moved here about a year and a half ago and was quickly looking for a place to live. These apartments are a hot commodity, so I'm glad I was able to snag one up, and it's great to hear that you're keeping those occupancy numbers high. I talked a little bit in my introduction about some programming, and it's really cool to be able to see that your organization is kind of leading the charge, not only to create experiences for your residents here in the walkable downtown Allentown, but also for visitors. You know, we have the PPL Center down here that drives a lot of traffic to downtown Allentown, and it's cool just some of the stuff that you all put on. I know recently I attended a comedy night that you hosted. So can you talk a little bit just about some of the things that you put on down here?
Yeah, sure. So in addition to just building office space and leasing apartments at City Center, we know it's not just big shiny buildings, it's everything that's in between. So we also have what we like to call a hospitality division, and that's exactly what you described. It's like activating our apartments. We like to pride ourselves in having a strong sense of community among our residents. We like to make sure they get to know each other and they really feel like they're a part of something downtown. And we also in our company, we also manage a lot of the retail that's down here. So like the downtown Allentown market. We work closely with the Hamilton and our other tenants like Brew Daddies and Tacos and Tequila. And we really work with them to make sure that they're having fun events and things that are happening. We actually have a events and activation person on staff that's dedicated to that, to kind of see that big overall picture of all of the things that are happening downtown, to make sure that there's just life in downtown Allentown and we're building community down here.
And it's just so important as a new resident, and even when we welcome visitors down to Allentown, it's just a cool feeling to see people walking around and experiencing that retail and outdoor dining options. You know, when there's a festival downtown, it's just cool to see kind of that type of energy, and it just makes it more attractive for people to make their way to the downtown environment. So I know you are from the Lehigh Valley, from Emmaus actually. And you moved away for a little while. You informed me just earlier. See, on these things, I learned a lot about people. And you told me that you used to work at Valley Preferred Cycling Center, the Velodrome. So you're experiencing the Lehigh Valley, more so than a lot of people. So I always like to ask our guests, if you have a visitor coming to the Lehigh Valley who maybe has never been to the Valley before, which I know you have a lot of family and friends here, but say you have someone who's completely from out of town, what kind of itinerary would you build for them to do in a day to really get them to experience Lehigh Valley?
Well, first of all, they would have to stay for more than one day because there's just too much to do, which is one of the reasons I did move back to the Lehigh Valley. I feel like it's the perfect blend of urban and green space. Like I can get the urban vibe downtown Allentown, and then I can escape to like a winery or go hiking at Hawk Mountain. But if I have a guest that comes, I do like to make sure they go to the velodrome just because it is so unique. Shout out to Joan, she's doing a great job over there, and it's it's like the top, I think it's the top velodrome in the United States for running racing, like regular outdoor racing, which is amazing and such a cool thing. If I have guests, obviously I like to bring them downtown Allentown and show them all the new buildings that are popping up. And if we do that, we'll probably go to the downtown Allentown market for a bite to eat. And then the Brew Daddy's beer garden, that's such a beautiful space. I'm sure you've frequented there, Bree, and it's just a neat space for people to come enjoy. And I am a craft beer lover, so it's nice to go there and have a beer and relax. And if I want to go to green space, like I said, we do like to go hiking on the weekends, but we also love Center Ridge Winery. It's just a nice place to go and like disconnect from the world and on the weekend and relax and just see the countryside. And it's perfect because it's only 15 minutes from our place.
Yeah, that's the amazing part about the Lehigh Valley is you can really experience an urban environment and then like a countryside environment in
Yeah.
15 minutes. It's pretty amazing how accessible it is. So definitely some cool stuff. And Jill, I know you guys have done just a fabulous job throughout this pandemic of really engaging not only the residents but the merchants downtown and really keeping everyone informed about what is safe and what you all are doing to kind of put measures in place. So, as a resident, I thank you, but I think it also, transcends beyond the residents' experience. And if someone does come to downtown Allentown, they can see the work that you all have put in to really make everyone feel safe and comfortable coming downtown. So thank you for those efforts.
Thank you.
Jill, before we head off today, is there anything you want to leave us with before we sign off?
No, I think we just have some more exciting events coming up downtown. Like we continue to have the comedy nights the last Friday of every month at the market. I think tomorrow, I don't know when you're releasing this, but we're having a drag show in the Pocket Park by Bradbury Sullivan. So we've been getting creative with our nonprofit partners and partnering like outdoor events where people can be socially distanced and feel safe.
Yeah, the synergy that you have with the community around here really shows in some of the programming that you put on. So we will,
thank you.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned for all of those things
Thanks.
coming up. Jill, great to see you. I know we're not far away from each other, so I'll wave out the window to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks so much for your time today, and we'll definitely stay posted on all things City Center Allentown.
Excellent. Thanks.
Thanks.